In a small, vibrant town nestled in the heart of West Africa, there lived a young girl named Amara. She was the embodiment of innocence and dreams, a girl whose eyes sparkled with hope and whose heart overflowed with trust. Growing up, Amara had always believed in the goodness of people and the promise of love. Among the many faces in her community, there was one that stood out: Chike, the charming, smooth-talking playboy who had an irresistible allure that drew many young women to him. Despite the warnings from friends and whispers from elders about Chike's fleeting affections, Amara was captivated. She saw something in him that no one else did, or so she thought. In her youthful naivety, she gave him not just her heart but her innocence, believing their love story would defy all odds. However, reality struck like a thunderstorm on a clear day. When Hamara discovered she was pregnant, she felt a whirlwind of emotions: fear, excitement, and hope. With trembling hands, she shared the news with Chike, expecting reassurance and support, but his reaction was nothing she had anticipated. He laughed, an empty, hollow laugh that shattered her heart. "That's your problem, not mine," he said casually, his voice devoid of the warmth she once adored. Without so much as a backward glance, Chike walked away, leaving Amara standing alone in the cold embrace of reality. Heartbroken and devastated, Amara returned home, hoping her family would provide the comfort she so desperately needed. Instead, she was met with anger and harsh words that cut deeper than any blade. Her father, a man of strict principles and deep-seated pride, disowned her in front of the entire household. "You have brought shame to this family. Get out!" he thundered, his face red with fury. Her mother, though silently crying in the background, did nothing to defend her. Amara was left with no choice but to leave, carrying nothing but a few belongings and the weight of the life growing inside her. She found shelter in a small run-down room at the edge of town, working tirelessly at menial jobs, washing clothes, selling food at the market and cleaning houses to make ends meet. The days were long and the nights were lonelier than she could bear, but she held on, drawing strength from the tiny kicks in her belly. She promised herself that no matter what, she would give her child a better life. When her son David was born, Amara's love for him became the fuel that drove her forward. She sacrificed everything, sometimes going without food so he could eat. Life was a constant battle, but she fought with unwavering resilience. As David grew, so did Amara's determination. Years later, an opportunity came knocking when a friend mentioned job openings abroad. With what little savings she had, Amara took a leap of faith, securing a job as a domestic worker in a foreign land. It was a painful decision to leave behind everything she knew, but she was willing to endure any hardship for David's future. Life abroad was anything but easy. She juggled multiple jobs, cleaning offices by day, working as a caregiver by night, while raising David single-handedly. Yet, through every hardship, she never let him see her struggle. She poured all her energy into ensuring he received the best education possible. David, inspired by his mother's sacrifices, excelled in school. He grew into a focused, ambitious young man, eventually earning a scholarship to study business at a prestigious university. With his natural intelligence and his mother's unyielding support, David thrived, going on to establish his own business empire. He made strategic investments, built connections, and soon his name was known in the business world. Back in their hometown, Chike's life had taken a different trajectory. His youthful escapades eventually led him into a marriage with a woman he claimed was his true love. But life has a cruel twist in store for him. After years of trying to start a family, doctors confirmed he was infertile. The news left him shattered. The thought of never having a child gnawed at him relentlessly. It was during one of his moments of despair that he overheard some old friends discussing Amara's son. You won't believe it. David is now one of the biggest entrepreneurs abroad, one of them said. Chike's heart dropped. The realization that he had abandoned what could have been his only chance at fatherhood hit him like a ton of bricks. Regret seeped into every corner of his being, and memories of Amara's tear-streaked face haunted him. Desperate to make amends, Chike reached out to Amara through social media, mutual friends, and even distant relatives. He pleaded for a chance to talk, to apologize, to be part of their lives again. But Amara, after years of pain and self-discovery, had long since moved on. Her response was swift and unwavering. We have nothing to say to you. We moved on without you, and we intend to keep it that way. Chike was left with nothing but regret, a heavy burden he would carry for the rest of his days. Alone in his home, he scrolled through pictures of David on social media, flashes of a life he could have been part of, but had so carelessly thrown away. Meanwhile, Amara and David thrived in their newfound life. She had built a stable and fulfilling existence, and David, recognizing the depth of his mother's sacrifices, ensured she wanted for nothing. Their bond, forged in hardship and resilience, was unbreakable. And so, life had come full circle. While Chike remained trapped in the shadows of his past mistakes, Amara and David found peace in each other. They had survived, they had thrived, and most importantly, they had done it without him.